Imagine buying a car that spends more than 90% of its life doing absolutely nothing. Most private vehicles sit parked at home, outside offices, or in parking lots for nearly the entire day. They are expensive assets that generate no income. Now imagine the opposite. A single vehicle operates almost around the clock. It picks up one passenger, drops them off, immediately accepts another ride, and keeps earning money all day. That simple idea is at the heart of Tesla's biggest business gamble yet. For years, people thought Tesla's future depended on selling more electric cars. But Elon Musk has repeatedly argued that electric vehicles are only the beginning. The real opportunity is autonomous transportation. If Tesla succeeds, it may no longer be known primarily as a car manufacturer. It could become one of the world's largest transportation platforms. And that could reshape an industry worth trillions of dollars. To understand why robotaxis matter so much, we first need to look at today's transportation business. Traditional automakers earn money by selling vehicles. A customer buys a car. The manufacturer receives payment. After that, the relationship is mostly limited to maintenance, replacement parts, and eventually selling another vehicle years later. Ride-hailing companies work differently. Companies like Uber and Lyft connect riders with drivers through software. They own the platform, but generally do not own the cars. Drivers provide both the vehicle and the labor. Every completed trip generates revenue, with a portion going to the driver and another portion to the platform. Tesla is attempting something very different. It wants to combine all three pieces: the vehicle, the software, and autonomous driving. Instead of selling transportation software to drivers, Tesla wants the vehicle itself to become the driver. Picture a city waking up in the morning. Office workers request rides from an app. A Tesla arrives with no one behind the wheel. The passenger steps inside. The vehicle completes the journey. Minutes later, it drives away to pick up someone else. No shift changes, no driver schedules, no discussions about overtime, no breaks. If this system becomes reliable at scale, every vehicle becomes a revenue-generating machine. That is why investors pay so much attention whenever Tesla expands its robotaxi program. The company is not simply testing another feature. It is testing an entirely different business model. Recently, Tesla expanded its robotaxi operations into another major American city, signaling that the company is becoming more confident in real-world deployment. The expansion may seem modest today, but every additional city provides more driving data, more operational experience, and more opportunities to improve autonomous systems. That matters because autonomous driving is not simply about technology. It is about economics. Every privately owned car creates significant costs: insurance, maintenance, fuel or electricity, parking, depreciation, loan payments. Most of those costs continue whether the vehicle moves or not. A robotaxi changes the equation. Instead of serving one owner for a few hours each day, one vehicle could transport dozens of passengers. Higher utilization spreads fixed costs across many trips. In theory, transportation becomes cheaper while each vehicle generates more revenue. This concept is similar to what happened in cloud computing. Years ago, companies purchased expensive servers that often sat idle. Cloud providers dramatically increased hardware utilization by sharing infrastructure among many customers. Robotaxis attempt to do something similar with transportation. Instead of every household owning an underused vehicle, fleets of autonomous cars could continuously serve many different people. If that vision becomes reality, the economic impact could be enormous. The global automotive industry generates trillions of dollars every year. Ride-hailing is worth hundreds of billions more. Insurance companies, parking operators, repair shops, fuel stations, rental car businesses, and urban planners all depend on today's transportation model. Robotaxis have the potential to change every one of those industries. Consider parking. Modern cities dedicate enormous amounts of valuable land to storing parked vehicles. Shopping centers, office buildings, airports, apartment complexes, downtown business districts. If fewer people own private cars, demand for parking could decline dramatically. Those spaces might eventually become housing, offices, parks, or commercial developments. Insurance could also change. Today's insurance policies largely focus on human drivers. Human error causes the overwhelming majority of traffic accidents. If autonomous driving proves significantly safer than human driving, insurance models may gradually shift from individual driver risk towards software, hardware, and fleet management risk. Maintenance businesses could also evolve. Commercial robotaxi fleets would likely receive scheduled maintenance similar to airline operations. Vehicles would spend less time waiting for repairs and more time generating revenue. Even automakers would need to rethink their priorities. Today's manufacturers compete by selling as many vehicles as possible. In a robotaxi world, fleet operators might prefer fewer vehicles with much higher utilization. That changes how companies think about durability, maintenance costs, battery life, and software updates. This is one reason Tesla's strategy attracts so much attention. The company already controls several critical pieces of the puzzle. It designs the vehicles, it develops much of the software, it manufactures batteries, it operates a global charging network, and it continuously collects driving data from millions of vehicles. Supporters believe these advantages could allow Tesla to scale autonomous transportation faster than competitors. But none of this guarantees success. Robotaxis remain one of the most challenging technological and regulatory projects ever attempted. Autonomous vehicles must safely handle construction zones, unexpected pedestrians, severe weather, emergency vehicles, cyclists, and countless unpredictable situations. Every improvement requires enormous amounts of testing and validation. Governments also play a major role. Different cities have different regulations. Some require safety operators. Others impose restrictions on operating areas or weather conditions. Public trust matters as much as technical performance. A single high-profile accident can generate headlines around the world and increase regulatory scrutiny. Competition is also becoming more intense. Tesla is not alone. Several companies are investing heavily in autonomous transportation. Some focus on limited geographic areas with highly detailed maps. Others prioritize highway driving. Still others combine remote human assistance with autonomous systems. The race is no longer simply about building self-driving cars. It is about building sustainable transportation businesses. The company that succeeds will likely combine technology, operations, regulation, customer experience, and economics more effectively than everyone else. There is another question investors often overlook. Will people actually give up owning cars? For many families, a vehicle represents freedom, convenience, and personal identity. Ownership offers certainty. A car is always available when needed. Robotaxis asks consumers to exchange ownership for access. We have already seen similar shifts elsewhere. Many people stopped buying DVDs after streaming services became popular. Businesses increasingly rent cloud computing instead of buying servers. Music subscriptions replaced physical albums. Consumers often accept access instead of ownership when convenience improves and costs decline. Transportation may eventually follow the same path. Even if robotaxis never replace private vehicles completely, they could dramatically reduce the number of cars required in dense urban areas. That alone would reshape automotive demand. For Tesla, the financial opportunity extends beyond transportation itself. Autonomous fleets generate continuous streams of operational data, software subscriptions, fleet management services, energy consumption, charging optimization, maintenance analytics. Each represents a potential source of recurring revenue that is fundamentally different from selling a car once every several years. Recurring revenue typically receives higher valuations because investors view it as more predictable. This helps explain why financial markets often react strongly to Tesla's autonomous driving announcements. Investors are not only evaluating today's vehicle sales, they are trying to estimate tomorrow's transportation platform. The biggest uncertainty is timing. Building reliable autonomous transportation across entire countries is far more difficult than demonstrating successful rides in carefully selected locations. Expansion will likely happen gradually, city by city, region by region, regulation by regulation. Yet history shows that major technological shifts often begin exactly this way. The internet, smartphones, cloud computing, electric vehicles, each started small before reaching mainstream adoption. Robotaxis may follow a similar path, or they may take longer than many expect. Either way, the business implications are impossible to ignore. Tesla is no longer simply asking whether it can build better electric cars. It is asking a much larger question. Can transportation itself become a software platform? If the answer is yes, the company may have started one of the biggest business transformations the automotive industry has ever seen.